bakers, welcome to my kitchen in Ireland. This is a very special episode because today I'm baking with my mum and we are going to make the very first dessert I ever made with her, which is apple crumble. So let's get baking. We're going to start out by preparing our apples. Now for cooking apples in Ireland, we use something that's called a Bramley apple, which is very different to what we have in the United States. It's very sour to eat, but it works great in pies. It cooks down really well. So Mum, I'm going to ask you to peel and chop these apples. We're going to need around 4 or 5 because they bake down really well, but you want a lot.
So when you were children, you used to dip them in sugar.
Yeah, I remember.
Slices of apple in sugar to eat them.
Yeah, you have to put a lot of sugar on these apples because to eat them raw, they're actually like really hard to eat. But I remember my mum used to toss them in sugar, and as she was making the apple crumble, we used to take them out and eat them.
Even when you weren't supposed to?
Yeah.
They don't need to be chopped too fine because they do break down really easily. And because it is so bitter, and I think this is the reason, though I wouldn't be entirely sure, it actually browns rather quickly when it's left exposed to the air. So generally speaking, I would just put in a little dab of lemon juice.
Yeah, there was a lot of baking in our house when we were growing up because I have like 5 kids all together and then my mum and my dad. So like there was constantly meals being made and baking and buns and all sorts of stuff.
And we enjoyed it. We enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like our hobby, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, food is our hobby.
Yeah.
It's my family's hobby.
Eating is our hobby.
Okay, Mum, you keep going with the apples and I'm going to get started on the crumble topping.
Okay.
So we're going to start by weighing out our ingredients, our flour, our sugar, and our butter. So in Ireland, we're fortunate to have fantastic produce and Kerrygold is one of them. It's a beautiful Irish butter. It's a little bit salty. It's really rich and creamy. And where I can in the United States, I try and buy it and use it in my baking. Now all you have to do is rub the butter into the flour. Now I like to use my hands. Now the texture you're looking for are some small lumps of butter and some big lumps. It does not have to be perfect, kind of like rough breadcrumbs.
That's what kind of keeps it crisp.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. It's when the butter melts and creates those nice chunks. So this is the texture that you want. There's a few lumps of butter and then there's some fine bits. This is going to bake beautifully. And as you can tell, it was really fast to make. Apple crumble is a very traditional dish in Ireland because we're big on puddings and tarts and something that you can kind of like just scoop into a bowl. That's kind of good for the cold weather.
There's no such thing as bad weather, Gem, only bad clothes.
No, fair enough, yeah. Now that we have everything ready, we're simply going to bring it all together. So you're just going to go ahead and fill up your serving dish with the apples. And I like to give a generous amount because usually these apples cook down quite a bit.
Now they've gone a little bit brown, but actually it won't affect the flavour. I mean, it's just that we've been kind of taking our time and chatting instead of working. So I think it's quite enough, do you think?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, these apples are actually quite tart. So a really good idea is to toss these in a little bit of sugar just to bring out the sweetness.
So now, Gemma, I think it's ready for topping.
It sure is.
Yeah. So
I'm going to generously just scatter on the crumble topping everywhere. This might seem like a lot of crumble topping, but it actually isn't. It's a good ratio to the apples.
As the apples cook as well, they sink and the crumble comes down with it. So you need to know it's there, don't you?
Exactly.
Finish cooking.
And this is actually the same dish that we used, I don't know, however many, 20 something. How long have you had this dish for?
Probably 40 years.
Well, I'm not 40, so.
Quite a long time.
Okay, Mum, looking good. We're ready for the oven?
Yep. And I'm looking forward to having some when it's finished.
Me too. It's going to be yummy.
With some cream, of course.
Yep. Bake your crumble at 350 degrees for around 40 minutes or until brown on top. While our crumble is in the oven, we're going to whip some cream to serve with it. Now, I'm very fortunate to live near a dairy where we get beautiful cream in Wexford. It's some of the best I've ever tasted. And a lot of you have a lot of questions about like, how do you whip cream and what you put in it? Simply, I don't put anything in it. In Ireland, we get such beautiful flavored cream that it is best just on its own. So Mum, I'm going to get you to show them how to whip it.
And it really is very simple. Really, all we do is empty it into a bowl, and then we take our little hand mixer and we whip on medium speed until it forms soft peaks. So now, you know, that's really what you want, a kind of a nice soft loopy kind of a finish.
And that's it. That's how simple it is to whip cream. You can actually do it by hand as well with a hand whisk. I like to keep it plain. I don't like to add anything to it because I like it to complement the dessert that it's going with. Yeah. Our timer's gone off, so let's check on our crumble. Like it smells just like your crumble. Our apple crumble is out of the oven and it looks fantastic. What do you think, Mum?
It looks wonderful and it smells delicious.
We have a little taste.
A lovely buttery kind of a crumb.
Lovely.
Yep. I'm first in line, Gem.
Okay, so let's dig in.
Nobody to share it with.
And then top it off with your freshly whipped cream. The perfect complement to apple crumble. So now for the moment of truth, we're going to give it a taste. It looks gorgeous. Yep. It's yummy. Absolutely gorgeous. You can't beat simple Irish cooking like that made with really good ingredients.
And just perfect for this
Perfect.
cold day, isn't it?
Yep.
Really.
And this is the same recipe that my mum made when we were kids.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And we still have to share it with all of them.
No, we don't. We just have to tell them about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's delicious. Thank you, Gemma.
Thanks a million. It's gorgeous. Thanks for being here.
That's okay, and thank you for coming to visit us.
I really hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. And from my family to yours,
Gonna waha with Gulair, August Nollik Shana Washikway.
we'll see you back here again next Thursday for more bigger, bolder baking.